Thanks for being guest on Insight Today. On Insight Today, is more or less a developing story. Now, when I say so, what do I mean?
Well, we are talking about the Engineers Registration Amendment Act, just recently signed by the President. And that's what we'll be talking about basically on all parts of the program today. Like on the media review segment, we shall be extraying and taking a deeper look at these acts. What does it entail? How can the public get to understand it? The many stakeholders involved, the COREN, the other practicing engineers, the public, the foreign investor. How can we all understand this act so that the implementation will move on swift and easy?
On discussion segment, we'll be having the Senior Special Assistant to the President on National Assembly Matters, Senate, Senator Itainang, and the President of COREN, Engineer Kashim, to give us an x-ray of the implication of this act. On interview segment, we'll have an expert who is looking at critical issues, underlying issues that have led to building collapse, the shortcuts, what it should be. So it's like more or less a follow-up to what we have been doing on regulating the building sector. So it's a developing story, more or less.
Yeah, more or less a developing story, and I hope and I believe we are going to learn a lot, and the public, of course, will be enlightened a lot and on this act, and everybody will set to work.
So what are the burning and thorny issues within underlying the Engineers Registration Amendment Act 2019? Apart from its far-reaching implications, the Engineers Registration Amendment Act 2019, recently signed by Mr. President into law, is an appropriate response, so to say, to incidences of building collapse in the country. It will give COREN powers to prosecute any person or group of persons who are involved in any infractions in engineering practice, including other matters. Makes it mandatory for any foreign engineering firm practicing in Nigeria to have mandatory attachment of Nigerians in those firms and also train Nigerian engineers working with them before they leave. It shall also ensure that foreign engineering firms must establish their design offices in Nigeria, while Nigerian engineers working with them are in a matter of time trained to also qualify to do such designs in the country. So to give vent to this act, because it looks quite technical, a lot of persons are asking questions. What is the implication of this act? Is it because we had so many building collapse in the country? But the answer appears no, because I have two gentlemen to give us a lot of elucidations on that. I have Senator Itainang, Senior Special Assistant to the President on National Assembly Matters, Senate. Thanks for joining me on Insight.
Thank you very much.
And the President for the Council for the Regulatory of Engineering in Nigeria, Engineer Kashim Ali. It's nice having you on Insight.
Thank you very much.
Well, this whole thing came as if it was coming in succession, and it was quite gratifying. But let me come from the policy end, because when Mr. President signed this bill, we saw Senator Itainang all over the place giving explanations to it. And we were asking, has he now left politics for engineering? So can we say what really is the import of this act?
Well, the import of the act is that it has domesticated, regulated, and given value to the Nigerian engineering practice. But let me, before I go far, thank and appreciate the Council for the Regulation of Engineering and the engineering profession, because they have expressed so many kind words to the President and to the National Assembly and to the government of Nigeria for bringing this law into force at this time. Let me also say that this law is an amendment to an existing law. The existing law is the 1970 law, which is regulated, which is published in the 2004 edition of the Laws of the Federation, Cap E11. That is what the National Assembly amended, and working together with the executive, Mr. President assented to this act. The import of it is that prior to now, Nigerian engineers, there were a lot of restrictions and it was too liberal. The Council for the Regulation of Engineering was not taken seriously, particularly by foreign engineering practicing engineering firms. And it was as if engineering practitioners outside the country were, for their complexion, acting as if they were superior to Nigerian engineers. But this law says that if you are to practice in Nigeria, first you must be registered and regulated by the Council for the Regulation of Engineering in Nigeria. So you don't just bring your foreign qualifications or whatever is your profile and then you start superimpose on Nigeria and start practicing here. And before before you are given expatriate quota to bring in foreign engineers into Nigeria, you know that they didn't just care whether there is a regulation or not. The act, the amendment just assented to by Mr. President, says that you must consult Koren, and Koren must certify and state in that application that to immigration that there is no person or no persons in Nigeria qualified in that field and capable of offering the skill you want to come from outside the country to offer or to do the job. And it must come with an attestation that you will train Nigerian engineers in that field to take over from you. Again, it provides that, like you said in your intro, that if you are going to practice in Nigeria, you must establish and have your design office in Nigeria. Because there are some practices, some complex firms, or some what they call complex jobs, which in their opinion, Nigerians can't do. But meanwhile, they will sit in out there, I don't want to mention countries, but I know the countries, and then design there. They don't allow Nigerians to participate, and then they bring it as superimposed, and then it is started in Nigeria. This new amendment says that you must establish and have your design office in Nigeria. Okay. And you must train Nigerians in that field. Okay. Now, the essence, and it goes to the detail that from the stage that Nigerian engineers start as pupil or as corpers, youth corps, or when they are doing their National Youth Service program, that you must attach them to engineering firms where they are going to have experience or engineering programs or projects and some postings that are related to their experience. Okay. And then you keep a record of them.
Let me just hold it there, sir. Moving forward, I can imagine maybe Koren now jumping for joy because from what you have said now, I visualize Koren as being a toothless bulldog that will just bark, cannot bite, or you have a knife, but they tell you can't cut. Now you have the powers now to cut and bite. Are you ready to move?
Very much so. But before then, let me, on behalf of my colleagues, directly address the President of Nigeria to say thank you so very much. I'm sure when you did this, you did it out of patriotism. But beyond what you think you have done, generations unborn will be grateful to you, because no nation can grow with outside the limit of its engineering capability. Because the key elements of growth in any nation are things that derive from engineering input. I give you an example. Can you have a nation without roads, without power, without water supply, without telecommunication, without transitional infrastructure, I mean, both mobile and fixed? All these are products of engineering. So when you whittle down your engineering, the nation is that weak. So what he has done is like a liberation of our country, and we are very grateful. We are very mindful of what he has done, and we are going to act very, very responsibly. He will be proud of us, certainly. So having said that, you see, what has happened to our nation is a situation where you have people, you have capacity. Imagine in your house, you have a son who is not crippled, and then yet you need somebody else's son to give you water to drink. How does it make you feel? You will feel, if you are the cause of it, you feel irresponsible as a parent, and even your student also will be wayward because they're out of control. So that is the situation we have. So for us, it's a kind of a recognition of the struggle that has been on over a long period. Nigerian, we have our first Nigerian engineer. The first celebrated engineer is Herbert Macaulay. He couldn't practice engineering in Nigeria because that time the colonialists would not allow anybody to practice engineering because it's a major ingredient for development. And since they didn't want us to develop to the point that we would compete with them, they held them down. We had many engineers who trained in the UK. In UK, they were allowed to practice engineering, but on their return home, they were not allowed to practice engineering. So if you came to Nigeria, you were an assistant engineer, but when you are in UK, you are an engineer. So they encouraging them to stay there so that they can utilize their intellectual property, but not for their own country. So that's how the 1970 revolution of some sort came. But it was not strong enough to drive us to the new.
So you're as good as ready to
So
move
what
down.
he has done now is to now put us on a new pedestal, which is what any nation deserving and of development will be. So that is what he has done. And we're going to use it, like I said, very responsibly.
Okay, let me move on, sir. Let me veer a bit.
Yeah.
Now, this Engineers Registration Amendment Act
Yeah.
2019, which is now law in Nigeria, it was a bill before,
Yeah.
has been lying at the National Assembly for many years, right? Will I be correct to say so?
Yeah, I think this is the first one time that it was there in the 7th Senate. But I think it did not go very far because it was introduced close to the end of the life of
Which
that
means it has been there for over a year.
Yes.
Okay, now,
So-
the concern now is that many Nigerians are asking, what will you do using your office and given the political will exhibited by the current administration, political will, administrative will, to ensure that bills like that with good standing come out the way this act has come out?
You know, one of the things that gave vent to the quick passage of this bill were some of the executive orders that Mr. President made, giving effect to Nigerianization and making sure that local content is developed by way of executive orders. And the National Assembly considered the executive orders and considered that, yeah, there are bills pending which could give greater effect to this. One of them was this bill. And so they expedited action. Immediately it got to Mr. President. Mr. President was very anxious about it, being in accord with the executive orders he had issued, and also being in consonance with the local content principles of this administration. And again, you remember that there was the Local Content Act, which had effect in making sure that local content was developed. But the engineering profession was not really, I mean, they didn't take it. Koren was not given much of the powers it is given now by the Local Content Act. And the executive orders did not go far, not being a law in its own category. Now, what we're doing now is to make sure that the Koren and the practitioners in the field take maximum advantage of it. How do they take advantage? The law has stated that if any person infringes on it, should be prosecuted. Therefore, they have to look at all the companies that are seeking or practicing in Nigeria illegally. And before the advent of the act, they were legal. But from the advent of the act, from some days last week, they have to make sure that they immediately comply with it. Okay. 2, they have to go and look at all the artisans, technicians, sometimes cooks, sometimes security men are brought into Nigeria in the name of being engineers. You know, Koren must go and make sure that all those persons are actually engineers and that there are no skills available in Nigeria and Nigerians that those people are on. And then for new projects coming up, particularly in the oil industry, the construction industry, and all that, that they are, these principles are enforced. They also ensure, because there are some contracts I've seen where some of these high-end, in their opinion, high-end construction companies, they will even put in the contract that they will be and must be allowed to bring in their own food, you know, and so they put their own food that is convenient in their own country, and then they import it in, they eat some and sell some. That doesn't happen. So the power that has been given to Koren is so wide.
Okay.
One of the other things that has been done is, which I comment should be done by other professions, is that it's not just engineers. It has admitted technicians, craftsmen, and other down the line, or what we would call downstream hands in the engineering, into the engineering field, given them recognition and allowed them to practice within the level of what they are able to do. Finally, again, further, it has also given Koren much power to be involved in the training processes of engineers. And then the other one is that it has allowed them further and bigger powers to investigate engineering failures, building collapse, or the collapse of structures of any kind, roads, and any field of engineering.
So I think this pair has made my job a lot easier. I refuse to interject because it's quite loaded. Now, I imagine so many Nigerians, young men, young women, who have been languishing, either doing some other thing, underemployed, not satisfied with their profession because of what he has said. So to avoid maybe a hold-up in your office, how soon, how well are you going to ensure visibility to this? Because it is one thing for this law to be out, but it's another thing for Koren to ensure that Nigerians are aware of the implications of this law.
Right now, we're already having a strategy team to develop an implementation strategy for us. But there are a lot of low-hanging fruits there that we can even begin to like right away. For instance, I was so glad to have a phone call from NYC this morning, just on the strength of what the senator said.
From NYC?
Yes, to say, please, we're having from one of the state offices, and I was very impressed. They called. They said, well, even though I have not received official communication, we have heard this, and you know, President is a very serious person. He doesn't say things without meaning. So ahead of time, I want to have some interaction with you to see how we can begin to identify companies that will take corpus engineering graduates that will come to the state.
Because, for instance, I'm sorry, sir, I'm coming. You find an engineer, mechanical engineer, civil engineer, chemical engineer, posted to a secondary school to go and teach for 1 year. That is underutilization.
So, exactly. So now that is dealt with. You cannot do that.
It's an offense.
It's an offense now. So they called me, and I was very impressed. And I gave them the contact of the person who has the responsibility to give them a list of those they do not have. And anybody now who refuses also, there's penalty. You can't just reject somebody who
no more rejection.
You cannot reject. So those are the.
So what about foreign firms, for instance, who feel untouchable?
No, the law. They now say the gates
has been blown off.
They say the gates must now open for any project site, manufacturing, and any business that is involved in engineering works.
No employment through mediators?
Koren will go in there. You know that about staying at the gate. If you prevent Koren from entering, individual, you on conviction, you pay a fine of 500,000, but Koren will still enter. If it's corporate, you pay 2,500,000, Koren will still enter. So you are better off allowing Koren to enter, because if you don't go, you pay that fine and Koren will still enter. Otherwise, your presence can be sealed. So those ones can implement. But like I said, we'll be responsible because President valued and the National Assembly too with all gratitude if they recognize that we are a responsible profession. That's why they give us these powers to implement it, and we do that. So those people, I'm putting them on notice. Even institutions now, it is there not by instruction, but it said by order. They give us a list of those who come into their school. That is college education, technical, polytechnics, universities must provide us list within a specific time of those who they have admitted and those who are graduating, because we need to know, control, do you have enough facility in your polytechnic, for instance, to admit people and train people effectively? If any head of such institution that violates also gets into trouble. So there are all kinds of those ones are easy to implement because we have accreditation team already going. What they go now is that they go with this in their mindset and sensitize those they are meeting. Because we don't want to rush to the punishment is easy to implement, but we need to let people know and appreciate the motive behind all these things, because we want our country to stand tall. As a matter of fact, by June this year, we'll be glad to present to Mr. President a recognition from the whole world that Nigeria is among the leading engineering nations in the world. We're going to
how which time
going to Hong Kong.
How which time will allow, time will not allow, but I believe the little we have said within this space is enough for anybody who may be thinking to be an affront to what we have on ground. And you have assured us that other very lofty bills that are being hanging will be out. Well, Senator Itanang, Senior Special Assistant to the President on National Assembly Matters, Senate, it was nice having you on Insight.
Thank you very much. Please let me also thank the Coren again and the engineering community and all Nigerians, because they have expressed very highly commendable kind words on President Buhari over this bill. Thank you very much, and thank you, Nigerians.
Do I need to say thank you again? After yes, thank you. Well, that's about that on Inside. It's very simple. This law is there for Nigerians, and it's about the people, the government, and indeed the regulatory agencies. If we work in sync, we'll drive it. Up next on Inside is the interview segment. Stay with us.